This is Ashley with WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most brutal moments from Invincible.
War Woman. Please, you couldn't just sit this one out.
This is the oldest blood on the suit. Nolan struck first.
For this list, we're going to be looking at the scenes from the first season of this superhero show that hit us the hardest. In case you're not caught up, the spoilers here are gonna hurt. Which Invincible moment left a mark on you? Let us know in those comments below. Number 10, White House Battle. It's about time. The show's first major action sequence is also probably the most optimistic, capturing the fun of an old-school Saturday morning cartoon. That's not to say the sequence doesn't pack a powerful punch. The attack catches us off guard as two Secret Service agents make casual small talk, only to be interrupted by the Mauler twins.
We were supposed to be inside.
The White House is heavily armed, showing that this sort of thing is commonplace, but the Maulers have come well equipped. Steve gets in one good shot before one half of the villainous pair prepares to smash him. Fortunately, the Guardians of the Globe show up just in time, receiving additional backup from Omni-Man. Showcasing their individual powers, the day is saved, but another enemy lurks in the Guardians' midst. Number 9, The Exorcism of Damien Darkblood. Neil Armstrong, eat your heart out.
You can come out.
I'm not hiding.
Cecil.
A bit like a cross between Hellboy, John Constantine, and Rorschach, Damien Darkblood is a demon who solves crimes to keep himself out of the bad place. After the Guardians of the Globe meet their demise, Darkblood immediately becomes suspicious of the lone survivor, Omni-Man.
Didn't kill Guardians. Didn't try to kill Nolan.
I know.
Darkblood isn't the only one, but Cecil feels it would be reckless to pursue Nolan without more information first. So when Darkblood gets just a little too involved in the case, Cecil doesn't hesitate to remove the demon from the picture.
Never thought you'd be the one to protect him.
Although Darkblood accepts his fate, it's still rough watching chains rise up and pull him back down into the underworld. Whether or not this is the last we see of him, Darkblood was smart enough to leave his notepad in a safe place. Number 8, Rick Sheridan becomes a cyborg. You look kinda dead.
Guys, the police are on their way.
Where the hell did you go?
I ran for help.
There are some things they don't teach you in college. Being a good boyfriend and best friend are two of them. Mark fails on both fronts during a university visit, getting dumped by Amber and ignoring William's pleas when Rick seemingly lands in trouble.
I'll be back soon and we can deal with that.
William was right to worry, as D.A. Sinclair has subjected Rick and several others to his demented cyborg experiment. Before William can meet the same fate, Mark is thrown through a wall.
Oh my god! Rick?
Mark may be invincible, but it's William who gets through to Rick. Fighting his own programming, Rick turns on the other cyborgs, while Mark and William give Sinclair his comeuppance. It's a classic Frankenstein story that builds in the villain's defeat, but not the happiest ending for Rick. Number 7, Robot's True Form and Death. We need to talk. One of the show's more mysterious characters, Robot's backstory and motivation are slowly fleshed out, especially in the season's penultimate episode.
Gentlemen.
Oh, what is that?
The Maulers are surprised and disgusted to find that Robot is controlled by the deformed Rudy Connors. They create a clone of Rudy with a new body, complete with a copy of the original's mind. The experiment takes everything out of the original Rudy, however, leaving him just enough strength to say goodbye before his clone puts him out of his misery. Rudy takes comfort in knowing his successor can pursue a relationship with Monster Girl and experience life outside the pod.
This is what I want. Please?
It's a bittersweet farewell that gives new Rudy a fresh start. What he'll do with it is where things could get messy. Number 6, Immortal returns. We need to talk. As Nolan seeks out Mark, Cecil throws every obstacle in his arsenal at Omni-Man, only mildly inconveniencing him at most. Cecil breaks out the big guns with a kaiju, which still stands little chance against Omni-Man, especially once Invincible joins the fight. Invincible must finish the monster alone when a revived Immortal shows up for a rematch with Omni-Man. Having already lost to Omni-Man once with backup, it's clear that Immortal can't win this one-on-one battle. He's too blinded by hate and betrayal to think about anything but crushing Omni-Man though. The two engage in a Dragon Ball-esque showdown that ends in a gut punch. Emphasis on both the gut and the punch. In disbelief, Mark sees his father for what he truly is. Number 5, don't mess with Monster Girl. Who you calling ugly?
Monster Girl.
Aw, look at her, she's adorable.
It's highly satisfying seeing Rexplode get his ass kicked. The fact that a little girl rips him apart only makes the karma more satisfying. Technically, Monster Girl isn't a girl. She's a 24-year-old woman who de-ages every time that she transforms into a monster. That said, the monster part of her name is all too accurate, which Rex learns the hard way. Even after Monster Girl demonstrates her powers, Rex thinks with everything other than his head.
Is this okay?
He asked for it.
It isn't until Invincible intervenes that Monster Girl and Rex decide to make nice. Invincible might not be a satire, but when it wants to be, it can be one of the funniest superhero shows while also being among the most violent.
Invincible hit that little girl!
Oh, shit.
Number 4, Omni-Man destroys Flaxans. Here goes nothing. After clashing with Invincible and the Teen Team multiple times, the Flaxans perfect their world domination strategy. This is where Omni-Man steps in, sending the extra-dimensional aliens back where they came from. Although humanity assumes Omni-Man is their savior, they fail to realize two things. Back in the Flaxans' homeworld, Omni-Man doesn't resolve the issue as peacefully as possible.
You don't seem to understand. Earth isn't yours to conquer.
He pushes their world to the brink of absolute destruction over an extended period, going much further than he needs to. Secondly, Omni-Man didn't stop the Flaxans to defend Earth. He did it so there would be something left for his own people to conquer. Upon returning home, Omni-Man looks less like somebody who's destroyed entire cities, and more like somebody who had a rigorous workout.
I need a shower.
Dad!
Number 3, Battle at Machine Head's Tower. That actually hurts. When Invincible decides to help Titan, the two confront Machine Head at his tower. The mechanical villain knew that they were coming, however, and thus hired some muscle.
I've got money.
The most formidable bodyguard is Thok, the Battle Beast, who nearly destroys Invincible before the new Guardians show up.
Cecil got an anonymous call. We'll take it from here.
One might assume that this is where the tide begins to turn. On the contrary, this is where things become increasingly dire, with Monster Girl, Black Samson, and Invincible left in the most critical conditions. The main reason they survive is because Thok grows bored and leaves while Machine Head's right-hand man turns on him. The biggest blow of all is the revelation that Mark was just a pawn in Titan's plan to take his boss's place.
Didn't mean for it to end this way. But I gotta take care of mine.
Number 2, the Guardians of the Globe fall. It's about time. The first episode mostly plays out like your typical teenager gets superpowers story. The audience can sense something darker underneath the surface though, especially when it comes to Nolan. Omni-Man shows his true colors in the final scene, where he lures the Guardians to their headquarters. The Guardians are all well-defined heroes, leading us to believe that they'll be mainstays of the show. This makes it all the more jaw-dropping when Omni-Man takes out all of them in a surprise ambush. Some go down more easily than others, but in a matter of minutes, Omni-Man is the last one breathing. The animation oozes with graphic detail, leaving the audience intimidated, yet eager to watch the next episode.
Why? Why?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, a father-son moment. Where I really come from.
This isn't how I wanted to do this, but I don't have a choice. It's time for you to know where I really come from.
The moment that the whole season had been building up towards, Nolan tells Mark why he's really on Earth. When Mark refuses to join him, Nolan attempts to beat his son into submission. He destroys part of Chicago and takes numerous innocent lives just to get his argument across.
How could you do this?
That was your fault. Your stubbornness against the inevitable killed those people.
As disturbing as this imagery is, hearing Nolan call Debbie a pet and imply that Mark is replaceable stings just as much.
Please.
Even as Nolan turns his face into tomato soup, Mark would rather die by his father's fist than turn his back on Earth. Nolan is ready to finish Mark before recalling a memory from his childhood. Pulling back, Omni-Man abandons his son and Earth, suggesting there may be some humanity in the Viltrumite. The damage is done, however. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.